Our lives are driven by what is in our hearts. But what is in our heart is also determined by what is our treasure. So Jesus says, where your treasure is, your heart will be also. In other words, our heart follows our treasure. Our heart follows our treasure. So if my heart is right, my treasure will be right. If my heart is wrong, or if my treasure is wrong, then my heart will be pursuing the wrong thing. So in that context, Jesus talks about treasure in heaven and treasure on earth. Treasures in heaven, treasures on earth. And then he says, wherever your treasure is, there your heart will be. So for us to live for God, there are two essential questions we have to ask ourselves. Who is my treasure? Who? God or self? Who is most important to me? Is it myself or God? Now, many times when we think about who is important and we mention God, then the next thing is to talk about Satan. Because we think that the competition of God is Satan. But really, Satan is not a competition to God. God has no competition with Satan. The competition is between you and God. Myself and God. My ego and God. My will and God's will. So many times, what is really disturbing our desire to live for God is not even Satan. It's us. We ourselves. So where is who is my treasure? Is it God or self? Is it me or God? That's the question you have to answer. That's the real challenge. That was the problem in the Garden of Eden. It was the basis of Jesus' temptations and still the struggle of Christians today. Is it God or me? The second question we have to ask ourselves is, where is my treasure? Is it in heaven or on earth? Is it spiritual or natural? Is it godly or personal? Where is my treasure? Now, on the surface, all of us will say, my treasure is in heaven. That's what all of us say, isn't it? If I ask you that question, who is your treasure? Yourself and God, you say God. Where is my treasure? Heaven on earth. All of us will say heaven. But you know, saying something is not the same as doing something. So it's possible to say God is my treasure, but nothing you do shows that God is your treasure. It's possible to say my treasures are in heaven, but nothing we do on earth shows that our treasure is in heaven. It's like somebody who says, my greatest desire is to probably build a mansion. That's my desire in life. I want to build a mansion for myself or for my family or for my children. I want to build a house. I want to build a mansion. That's my greatest desire. But every money that a person has, they use it for ice cream. They use it to buy kebab. They use it to take trips to London. So the next time you hear he's in Dubai, next time they are in London, next time they are having a vacation on a Greek island and all of that. But if you ask them, what do you really want? I want to build a house. But how do you really spend your money? Going to Dubai. Dubai in Dubai. So then you see the dichotomy. At one level you say, this is my greatest desire, but your choices are not showing that that's your greatest desire. Or somebody who says, my greatest desire is to have peace in my home. I want to have peace in my home. But every time he talks to his wife or talks to the husband, he's quarreling. Every issue becomes a quarrel. But then he says, my desire is to have peace at home. I want peace at home. But every statement is a quarrel. They can't let one word go. So you realize that professing something and taking the right steps towards it are not the same.